Palworld has many pals that can provide bonuses to help you along in your journey. So today we're going to go over the non-combat based utility pals, starting off with your weight increase pals. For pals that can help you carry things without unlocking any saddle, that would be Kativa, Lunaris, and Kickit. Though Kickit only helps reduce the weight of crude oil, not any other items. However, to get the big boy increase, you'll need to unlock a saddle for Broncherry Aqua, King Paka Christ, Wumpo, and Wumpo Baton. You don't have to ride them to get the partner skill bonus though. You just have to have them in your 5-man team with the saddle in your key items inventory, and the partner skill will activate and increase your weight limits. You can even have multiple of the same pal stacked to really maximize your weight benefits. Lastly, each pal species has different weight limit increases and can be further upgraded by condensing their partner skill. Like Kativa only has a base of 50 but can be upgraded to 90 with a 5-star. While Lunaris base is 80 but can be upgraded to 120 with a 5-star, and Wumpo's or King Paka's races base being 100 while going up to 140 fully condensed. For increasing your woodcutting, Gumas, Ecthadir Terra, Memorest, and Memorest Christ will increase the amount of damage you do to your trees. However, only Gumas doesn't require a saddle, while every other pal we just mentioned does require a saddle unlock, and in the case of Memorest and Memorest Christ, you actually actively have to ride them to get the bonus. While for mining, it's also a very similar story, with most requiring either a key item unlock or require being ridden to get the benefits. However, Xenovator and Xenoguard, the two new pals added in the Sakurajima update, only required to be in the 5-man team. Xenovator increases general damage done to ores and makes obtaining meteorite fragments easier, while Xenoguard boosts your meteorite fragments and pure quartz hauls. Dictois though can be a good active partner skill miner, whittling down ore nodes very quickly when you use its active skill, while Rushor, Reptaro Christ, Memorist, and Memorist Christ increase your damage to ores while ridden. Finally, Astagon not only increases damage to ores while ridden, but also the amount of ore that you can obtain while mining, again, while you are riding Astagon. Very quickly, we're just going to go over the ranching pals again. That's very similar to the best base guide that we did. You can get the regular cloth from combining the wool from Lamble, Krimis, or Melpaka, while Siblix will just straight make high quality cloth for you, no combining wool required. Woolly Pop will make cotton candy, Chickapee makes eggs, Mazarina makes milk, Beegard makes honey, and Caperdi makes berries. Mal Christ, and Fixie find random items like arrows, pal spheres, and gold coins while in the ranch, while Kelpsy makes pal fluid, Dumond high quality pal oil, and Sootsir, added in the newest update, can find bones now. For mounts, utility on land, Finglope, Ecthadir Terra, Rayhound, and Necromus all can double jump while being ridden, but Palladis is a special 3-jumping mount. If you didn't want or haven't unlocked a good flying mount yet, Finglope would be a very good option to use in the early and mid games to get around, or when you do have a better flying mount than Finglope, you can still use it to navigate your dungeons very easily and very quickly. Lastly, added in the last Sakurajima update, Dazumu gets a speed boost when it is running on sand, so it'll be a very good mount to use in the desert. These 4 pals can heal you with their active partner skill, gaining extra health restored for every condensed level that they get. Tifont, Batelia, Lylene, and Lylene Nock are all your go-to pal healers, with Lylene and Lylene Nock being the strongest healer that you can have on your team currently. This may potentially change for future updates, but Lylene would be a very good choice to choose out of these 4, especially in the late game, considering it's one of the best grass types that you can have, plus it heals you. Until you unlock the Lantern key item, you can use any fire or electric type pal to light up the night while they're traveling with you. You can even use other pals that aren't fire or electric as long as they have a nice luminous glow effect to them, like some dark types like Combat, Sootsir, etc. But once you unlock the Lantern key item, that's not really as needed, so this is more of just an early game utility. For weather protection, you can use a fire pal, any fire pal, when cold to get 1 stage of cold weather protection, and vice versa for ice pals in the hot areas and heat protection. However, Arsox will keep you warm when ridden, Raindrix keeps you cold when ridden, but Kitsune keeps you cold and warm when ridden, making it the best if you're looking for a mount to protect yourself from the weather. These next few pals are extremely useful but didn't have enough to make actual categories for, but starting out with Dungeon Helpers, Lespunk and Lespunk Ignis can help you find dungeon entrances in the overworld, while the new pal Prickster can help you locate the dungeon exits when in the dungeon more easily. Tombat can scan for ore deposits, while Mimog can unlock chests with its new ability. However, to get the higher tier silver and gold chests, you will have to condense Mimog to a higher partner skill level. Dogging can teleport you to the overworld to your nearest base, meaning you don't have to carry around the daddy teleport items that were introduced earlier this year in the Bella Noire update, while Krajiro can launch you high in the sky, allowing you to quickly scale cliffs earlier on in the game, while Shroomer and Shroomer Knock reduce your base worker's sanity drain while they're an active base worker. These are going to be very useful, and you're going to want to condense them up as soon as possible so that way your workers will produce more often and take less sanity breaks. While Lulu can increase your farm's growth rate and thus the amount of crops they produce an hour. Yakumo, though, is possibly the most interesting utility pal added in the Sakurajima update. Its ability while ridden increases the chances of wild pals to have certain skill passives that the Yakumo has. So for example, if you're riding around with a muscle-headed Yakumo, you would be more likely to run into more wild pals regardless of their species with Musclehead. You can do this with any naturally spawning passives, but you cannot specifically do it with any raid boss based passives that you would have to get, any legend passives, or the lucky passive. However, again, this is a good way to find breeding material, and you just go around, get Yakumo with certain passives, catch whatever species you're looking to get with that passive, and then you have a good start for your breeding. And those were our list of non-combat utility pals. Hopefully you found a few pals that were interesting and may help you along your pal journey that you'll want to build up and condense to a 5-star. But if you're interested in seeing what our combat looks like, be sure to subscribe for part 2. And other than that, if you feel like we missed a pal or a skill, let us know down in the comments. Otherwise, have a good night and thanks for tuning in.